Good evening. Welcome to Technocrat Warriors, my friend. So this is going to be my first ever video on YouTube, and I have chose this topic of future of young STEM men in India at a turning point in this newest technology development. Now today we are living in the time where job market is shrinking, and we have a complication is exploding, and we have a traditional engineering degrees no longer enough. But at the same time, we are also living at a time wherein one skill, cloud computing, can change your entire career trajectory in over 6 months. And today, I'm going to walk you through the real data, real risk, real opportunity. This is not a motivation. This is strategy. This is survival, and this is your roadmap to win in new technology economy. And on top of that, you also need to understand about the fact that today we are also facing something called as diversity hiring. So that is also another challenge which we men are facing out over here. So now I'll start with the slide. The reality of the tech job market today. So we can see that let us start with the truth. Job market is brutal today. Fresher hiring dropped from 4 lakh in FY 2022 to 1.5 lakh in FY 26. There is a 63% collapse is there. Now combine that with this number, India produces 1 crore STEM aspirant every single year. So you have 1 crore student fighting for this 1.5 lakh job. You can imagine the number out over here. That means 98.5% of the aspirant don't get placed. And yes, young men faces an additional disadvantage because of companies are aggressive in pushing diversity hiring. But listen carefully, this is not the end. As I said that I'm here to make a video as a solution for young aspirants, young STEM aspirants, specifically the men who are being sidelined in the economy today. This is the beginning of new hiring model, not mass hiring, skill hiring, impact hiring, and cloud hiring. Now, as you can see, STEM fresher hiring volume trend you can see out over here. Look at this trend. You can see that we have a trend. We FY 2022 was speaking at the time. Then we have this FY 2024 had crashed. 2023 also had crashed. 2025 recovered slightly, but again 2026 got dropped again. But here's the important point. FY 2027, 2028 are projected to rise by around 1,65,000 or and 1,80,000 respectively. So the market is recovering, but the rule has changed. Earlier, company hired thousands and trained them later. Now they hire few people, and only those are already have cloud, DevOps, AI, and data skills. This is why you cannot rely upon the degree alone. You need skills to match in the market. Then, but there's the opportunity hidden in the data. So you can look into over here inside this chaos, there is a massive opportunity. Cloud platforms are under number one skills in demand at this time point of time. We have 72% of cloud-based demand which is there in the market. Cloud skills can give you 102% salary premium over general STEM role. Cloud engineer sees 192% growth in salary in 5 years. And this is absolutely not hype. This is economics. This is where the industry is investing. This is where the jobs are, and this is where your future is. Now, why exactly I give more emphasis on cloud is because today, today the mass enterprises or even the small SME or the small industries as well, these guys they don't rely upon their own data centers to manage their applications, their SaaS, PaaS, or any other applications. So what they do is they either prefer Azure, GCP, or AWS as a cloud provider. So along with the STEM, that is STEM alone cannot give you that amount of skill that is required uh, to get you a good salary out over here. So that is the reason why we have a higher demand in the 72% demand is there on the cloud platform. Then you can see over here average salary for skill category. That is, let us talk about the money out over here. You can see general STEM freshers are getting 4.2 lakh over here, but cloud freshers salary is 8.5 lakh. AIML freshers are getting 9.2 lakh rupees. DevOps salary, DevOps freshers are getting 8.8 lakh rupees. And DevOps just doesn't contains the code maintainability part, but it also contains the end-to-end traceability of the application from start to end. So these are the different, so log management, application management, and your application deployment. All these processes comes under the DevOps category. So it actually have a starting salary of 8.8 lakh. This is why cloud is fast way of for young men to break out the rat race. You don't need to be genius out over here. You don't need to be from IIT. You just need to be skilled in this scenario. Cloud skill advantage, which is there in the market. Cloud skill is very is rated very high impact with 95% confidence through 2030. Digital transformation is rated high impact with 90% confidence. This means cloud is not a trend, it is a backbone of every company technology roadmap. TCS, Infosys, Wipro, HCL, all of them prioritize cloud skill in fresher hiring. If you know cloud, you become relevant. If you don't know, you become invisible. And on top of it, this company, these even the product companies who, or let's say the client companies who actually are looking for freshers, they definitely look for people who are having cloud-based skills over there, rather than the counterpart who are just fresher from engineering colleges or from any other technological colleges. Now, why Azure specifically matters? Here is a ranking. Skilled company wants cloud 72%, AI/ML, which is 68%, data analytics 65%, and then we have cybersecurity. Yeah, yeah. So you can see we have a cybersecurity, which is somewhere around 58%, DevOps, which is having 55%. If you master even one of this, you have a chance to multiply. If you combine cloud with DevOps or cloud with AI, you become unstoppable. This is how you escape the 98% over here, cloud over here. Now, cloud engineering has low saturation risk. By year three, cloud engineering can earn 11 lakh, with software developer can earn 9.5 lakh, and by year five, cloud engineering salary reaches 19 lakhs. This is why cloud is a fast path for financial stability for young men entering tech. If you It gives you growth, stability, and long-term relevances. And cloud-based development, it's not just about development, it is about development, then management, then IAM, that is security configuration. These are all part of the cloud setup, which is there. So you, as and when you are gradually growing up, you actually get to know a lot of things about the cloud. Why Azure specifically matters. Now, why Azure? Why am I an advocate for Azure? Because Indian IT company loves Azure. Azure certifications are explicitly listed in job description because Azure for student gives you 10,000 free credits, 10,000 rupees worth of free credits. And Azure integrates with AI, IoT, data, DevOps, everything. Azure is most beginner friendly cloud ecosystem for student. It is perfect starting point. And Azure has a very good penetration within the market today. Now, cloud computing has the highest ROI score, that is 5,192, as you can see over here on the screen. It gives you the best salary in the shortest period of time. It has 89,000 annual job opening, and the learning curve is medium, not too easy, not too hard. If you want the best return for your time invested, cloud is the answer. And yes, this particular industry requires you to do perform a lot of POCs, proof of concept, so that you understand the cloud platform as soon as possible. That is very much required over here. Now, real career path, where cloud will take you. So here's how your career goes. Year 1 to 2, cloud basics, Linux. Year 3 to 4, you can learn about Terraform and Kubernetes. Year 5 plus, you can learn about multi-cloud architecture and cloud cost optimization. The role which we are getting you over here can target you. Cloud engineer can target you 6.5 lakh rupees. Cloud DevOps specialist can target you somewhere around 11 to 14 lakh rupees. Cloud architect can fetch you around 19 lakh rupees, and cloud product manager can fetch you around 24 lakh rupees. And this is a real achievable path. This is not just a fantasy or not a hype. And people who are working upon all these things are actually getting more successful out over here. So I would like to call out that. Then geographical advantage opportunity landscape which we have is Bangalore has the most jobs about the cloud engineering, that is 24,000 jobs are there. Hyderabad has the best salary to cost ratio, that is Hyderabad has the cheapest what do you say real estate in the market at this point of time, and it is the most lucrative place to start your career with. Then tier two cities like Ahmedabad and Jaipur are also offering faster savings. Karnataka are also hiring 65 or 65,500 freshers in FY26, which is 24% of India's total STEM-based freshers hiring. And this is cloud capital of India. And if you want the opportunities, you need to be where the opportunities are actually. So the risk of awaiting automation is coming to 85%. See, understand one thing: the 85% of probability that automation replaces every brace role. 95% severity rating is there. It is very high. Cloud migration is rated as very high impact because majority of the enterprises are looking for cloud-based migration, wherein they might have their own data centers. They want to migrate it to some cloud-based solution so that they reduce their cost, or secondly, they have a very high. They want to migrate from a very costly data center to a more competitive data center like AWS or Azure. So that is the use case. Now the action plan which we have over here, month 1 to 2, this is the action plan you can actually look into. In first to second month, you can complete with the Azure fundamentals, that is AZ 900 with Microsoft Learning and Azure for student credits. And yes, you can leverage this as a student. The month 3 to 4, you can build portfolio projects and document them on GitHub. You can work upon on certain Azure PaaS-based applications like Azure App Service Plan or app services, or work upon some other components like Azure Kubernetes. These things you can do it. Then you can, or in month 5 to 6, you can also pursue for Azure administrator, that is AZ 104, or developer AZ 204 certification. AZ 204 certifications will give you a good start about what are the different PaaS-based development which is there in the Azure. Then month 6 plus onwards, you can contribute to open source projects and network through Azure events. And trust me, there are a lot of Azure events that happens in India, both online and physical. And my always take is, if it is possible for you guys, you must invest some effort, some amount of money in doing a physical visit onto these Azure events, as this actually helps you in making a good networking event for you. Now, bottom line over here is why act now? You can see that yes, the job market is tough. I think you can see I have said that about it. Competition is very much insane. You young men are facing the most disadvantage due to diversity hiring. There's a uh, lot of opportunities being drained out of you, but you are not stuck powerless. You understand the fact. Men are there who are actually making a good advantage in this particular field, even after having a disadvantage in terms of the the job opportunity or the job market. But you are not powerless. That is what I'm saying. You are not stuck behind. You're not stuck, or you are not behind. You are simply need to play the game differently. You don't have to rely completely upon STEM. The old school narrative of just go with the STEM, engineering has been done, I am going to get a job, wow, wonderful, like that is has gone. And even the stack based certification, let's say if you want to go with React, I agree the things can be done with React, but at this point of time you are just a junior developer. At this point of time you are not even aware like what are you are not even aware what is the programming architecture is, what is the software development architecture, how exactly an application is supposed to be made from ground up, what are the different aspects that needs to be taken up. So rather than investing your time, if you can invest your time, that is absolutely best item for you. But rather than investing your time onto those activities, you can simply think about investing your time into these activities wherein you can wherein what you can do is you can get trained in Azure platform as a services. You can get trained on different SaaS applications, and you can work upon those SaaS applications based out of Azure. So that is the most important thing that will actually give you edge against other people who are just following the rat race. So you simply need to play a game differently. Like I said, cloud is the biggest opportunity for young STEM men in India today. Start now, stay consistent and you will rise above the rat race. And this is and very important fact. Today in the market, job is getting disappeared. Understand one thing. I started my career around 15 years back. In my days, the competition was not that much. I could have got a job after uh, three to four meeting with some employers. I could have got a job, but today, even after giving your resume, even after shining your resume, you don't get a job anywhere because because the employer then because of the supply and demand. The supply of the STEM graduation has increased tenfold, but the demand is not there. So that is the sole reason why organizations are reluctant to just hire somebody as a fresher and to train them from ground up. Now understand about one more thing that even if you try to there is a lot of new concept which is coming up, that is GCC, Global Capability Center, wherein foreign companies they invest their money to set up their business and their offices here in India, and they set up their own developers over here. But the only problem with that is they also try to hire somebody who is experienced over here. Now, if you are the one who has the capability to start with by learning the different PaaS applications or the different cloud-based applications like Azure, AWS, or Google cloud-based components, if you learn about those things, then you have the added advantage and you will be able to crack those interviews over there and you can get a job. But if you really have the capability and if you really want to grow even beyond this rat race, I would rather suggest you to choose for an entrepreneurship path wherein you provide the services. And there, trust you me, there are a lot of enterprises, there are a lot of small scale industry, small industry, MSME is are there across the globe who are actually looking for some kind of providers to provide some services, some businesses. Only thing which matters is you need to have a skill, you need to have a game to make network, and you need to be able to secure some projects over there. So those are the things. If you really can do that, that would be a biggest advantage for you to end up exiting the matrix of this rat race. So yes, the Technocrat Warrior, I'm signing off for you, and I will get back to you with some new topics related to Azure in future days. Thank you.